Hey everyone, it's me again, just here with another workflow tips video. Today I'm going to be talking about file management. Alright, so let's get started. It's very important to keep everything organized from the start of your project or just your single image to the very end. And this is mainly just to save you headaches and to keep everything together so you're not clicking through a gazillion folders that really don't have any relation to each other. Such as you're somehow stuck in a folder that was for fan art of something, of a show you liked, and this other drawing for that same file is way off in a different folder and it's just all over the place. So I want to recommend setting up a folder structure for yourself. And the reason for that is to avoid those problems where everything's nice and neat in one little folder. You don't have to worry about digging in a million other folders for it. I'm going to drag my file viewer thing over here. So as you can see, this is pretty clean. I mean, this is all I've done in Krita so far in this hard drive. I have other stuff too. And this is just for art. So you can see everything has a folder and almost everything is labeled. Except these three, because if there are like 30 files, those three folders combined, and I had them just floating around in space, and it was really getting my Krita folder messy and hard to find anything in. So I took the subject matters and I just threw them in their own individual folders. So you can see here it's just this fan art, and here it's just miscellaneous stuff, and it's not that much. And here's another example. I have all my tutorial videos, all the content I make. This is their folder. Every single video I make has its own folder. If I click on this really old one, I have the working files here, and I have the finals. Or the new one, Comic Manager, I have the title card now, I have a description of the video that I use for posting to YouTube, I have the raw video of the recording, and I have the final, edited version, I have random image that's related to it, and then I have the two working files. Obviously this can be cleaned up a lot better, because these folders are relatively small. I leave it as it is. But as time goes on, it's going to have to be a little more organized. So back to our art. Right here I have a template folder structure. I made this, so going forward in my art I don't have to worry about making a new folder after I've done everything. I have something that I can just copy and paste, rename once, and I've already done the work ahead of time. So I recommend making a template for yourself. I'm going to open this up so we can take a look at it. I have 4 folders in here. I have the work in progress files, I have references, notes, and final images. Final images means the JPEGs, PNGs, whatever format I'm saving it in, that's the final image that I'm posting to social media, to give to someone, posting on a website, something or other. That's the final image. Obviously there might be image or edits after that, which will still go in here. And I might have a folder called history, put that in there. So that way I can put the old stuff in there. Notes, if I have notes of this file, the character information, if it's like a commission, I can put the notes in there as well. That way I don't have to dig around, like, okay, I have to go back to this email, or I have to go back to this other file I have somewhere and dig around for it. It's just right there for me. References, so if I have multiple characters that are going to be in this project folder, I might need a reference for each one and an environment that they potentially might be in. Obviously this can be anything else. It can be just like poses, it can be a color reference, it can be a clothing reference. That's fine too. I mean, obviously do what you need to do, but this is just a template, so I can rename it as needed. And then work in progress files. And if, again, there are going to be separate files for the 2 characters and potential environment, then that's where those working files are going to go. Okay, so as you can see, these are all working files. Well, mostly all working files. It's still a little messy. So I would take all of the working files and I'd put it in this folder under each subcategory or subfolder. So you can say like the mermaid sketches for day 26 would go in its own folder. And then say Mermaid Day 14 wrote its own folder, and I have other This is a mess too. I have other files in here that could go with that one mermaid sketch. But because they're all being versioned up, those are my working files. They're not the final. And even the final version is still going to be in here because it's an editable file. Alright, so going back to file images. You have PNG, JPEG, and then I have Instagram and other social media. The reason for that being is, I've noticed when I'm posting, I have to make a second file just for Instagram, because Instagram only likes a square image format, which means I have to add more blank space to the top and bottom of some of the images I post, just to make sure that everything's being viewed on Instagram properly. And then the other social media doesn't care. I can have a freaking long rectangle and it'll be fine. It'll all show up. So if you're doing something similar, I recommend organizing based on that as well. And that's pretty much it for the folder structure. It's very simple, very handy. I recommend making one for yourself, and hopefully that helps you guys in your projects going forward. Or if you're just starting off and you're not sure what to do about your jumbled mess like I have here, hopefully this will give you an idea of where to start. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great one, and if you have any comments or questions, let me know below in the comments. Follow me on my social media accounts. You can reach out to me there as well. And if you think this video is super helpful and you want to support me, you can give me a coffee, or you can donate to my Patreon, or just share the video. That's also really helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one.